Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen. The honorable examiners of this assignment of the internship program examination. Let me introduce myself. My name is Humairoh Sulistio Ningtias from Office Administration Program, State University of Jakarta. In this beautiful day, I would like to thank for the opportunity that has been given to me to present my assignment with the title Internship Program Report at Balai Kota DKI Jakarta Province. First of all, I will start my presentation from explaining about the internship background. There are three of my concerns about this activity. First is, in this era, the effects of a technology are inevitable. Because of that, we are as a human or individual must have to improve our skill to not to be excited by the technology. Instead of, we should be able to make the technology as a tools to help our completion of work. And then, the second is, the technological revolutions requires us must be skilled in using technology that used in our job. Good technology is directly proportional to the ability of the users. Careful use of a technology is a key. And then the third is about experience. Experience makes individual as a skilled and growing person. Through the experience, we can also show our self-worth to the others. And then, next I have write several proposals about this activity. They are among two, experience, measuring ability in the world of work, and then the last, to improve our technological skill. Next, let's talk about the place of my internship program. I was did my job at Balai Kota DKI Jakarta Province that is located at Block G Building, 6th floor, Medan Merdeka Selatan Street, number 8 until 9, Gambir Central, Jakarta. I will tell you a short story about this company. Stad Batavia, or now called Jakarta, in 1905, located at Diode Studios, or now called Fatahillah Park. Due to the development of the city that led to the south, the government office is underwent several transfers. There are, first, at Old Batavia or Old Batavia in 1905. Second, at Tanah Abang West in 1913, or now called Abdul Muiz Street number 35. And then the last at Koningsplein in 1919, or now called Medan Merdeka Selatan Street. During the third mayor of Jakarta, Mr. Sumarno's tenure, there have been several developments. There are, first, Block C building called Balai Agung used to DPRD-GR courtroom. And then the second, Block F building used to DPRD and Regional Secretarial workspace. And then the last is Block G building used to carry out government activities and community services. Now let's talk about the organizational structure. I've placed in General Bureau of Administration and Archive Subdivision, who has a duty to carry out or handling incoming document intended to the governor. Next, move on to the time frame. I have been doing this job for 5 out of 7 days a week for the past 2 months, starting in 1 August until 30 September 2019, start on Monday until Friday, at 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Then about the general activities. I have several activities that I usually did. There are, first is secretarial, including receipt, process, and destructions of the documents. I will explaining you one by one, starting from the document receipt. This activity is done manually that received by the staffs. The incoming documents are usually exchanged with the receipt. After that, the incoming document is checked that it is in the right place or not. And then the document process. The incoming documents are given with the date and number stamp based on the order of the document entered. And then I scan the document intended for the document are not scattered and make the imputing process of the document is easier. Next is the document destruction. The inactive document is destroyed by manual process with the paper shredder engine. And then, the second activity that I did is correspondence. That is about fill out letter introductory sheet to the governor, regional secretary, and for secret letter. The letter introductory sheet is distinguished by color and amount. For governor, 2 copies of yellow. For regional secretary, a copy of white. And for secret letter, a copy of pink. And then, the third activity is handling telephone. That is usually related with the external document, regarding to replacement file attachment, file cancellations, etc. And then the last activity that I did is application use. There are 2 applications that I mostly use. First is Microsoft Office and the second is e-Office. They are both used to writing, sending, and inputting the document intended to the subdivision archive and intended to the governor. Doing this job for the past 2 months, I have absolutely got the problems. There are 2 problems that I got. The first is difficulty to memorize and understanding the subject code of the letter number. The letter subject code contains the problems of the letter. The code are usually written by the existing categories. The problems comes when the subject code is not right at the letter number. So the practitioners must read and review the entire content of the letter to find their exact problems. It becomes barrier because it can slow down the completion of work and it can cause errors if it doesn't done properly. And then the second problems that I got is web or system that is crashed. Because of an e-office was just 2 years ago, the system sometimes has an errors. This might be because the system is still not stable. It also makes the completion of work is hampered. Okay, to clearly out that problem, I absolutely have a strategy to solve the problems. First is, like Humairoh said in his book, that the workers must use a guide work to help their task or job. So I used to. And then the second is, record or write the code that widely used, or asking the staff for the code that I don't know about. And then the third is, build good communication with the staffs. And then the fourth is asking and focusing at the stabilizations of the office facilities. Next, I have 2 conclusions about this activity. First is, do learn about secretarial scope of work so we can handle the problems well and more professional. And then the second is, build good communication with the others is important enough. Then last but not least, I have 3 suggestions for workers, for company, and for faculty or university. For workers, I suggest them to must be skilled in using technology to help their job or task. And for company, I suggest them to improve their facilities. And then last, for faculty or university, I suggest them to give more training about the communication and technological skill. The honorable examiners, I have presented all the contents of my assignment from chapter 1 until 4. That's all about my presentations. I'll be ready to answer your question, and I hope I can answer the question that you give well. Thanks for your nice attentions. I'm Humairoh Sulistio Ningtias sign out. Wassalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh.